It is definitely 2:49 a.m. But we're back anyways, and because I promised to do this, even though, whoever may jump on, but you'll get it on the replay. I wanted to give you guys this much, and then I'm out of your hair. I promise. It won't be long, but it won't be as rushed, if that makes sense. So, if you don't know, my name is Krishad Covington. I am a music artist myself, and so if you want to know the ground I stand on, I have been navigating music for the better part of the last. How old am I? I'll say 13 years, 12 plus 13 years. Um, I could say 14, but um, so, anyways, none of that matters more than this. What's going to make or break um, your impact, as a musical artist? I believe one of the biggest things to desire. First of all, let's start here. I think one of the most important things you need to desire as a musical artist is to make impact. It is not to amass a following, just to amass a following. Um, it is to make an impact. And when I say make an impact, I don't simply mean like make an impression. I literally mean make an impact. And I, w- I believe it is a noble cause um, to pull up to musical artistry as one who desires to actually help bring about some form of change, right? I don't believe that you becoming a musical artist is something you should do just because you have some pipe dream at trying to be famous. Um, as we've heard said many times before, fame is fleeting, but there is something lasting about people that will really impact people's lives in a particular way. And I believe that one of the premier things you need to do, one of the principal things you need to do, is set your intention towards making impact in the field of musical artistry. Hey, how you doing? And so, yeah, that's first. In this, as you are desiring to make impact, and I'm not saying you're not, by me saying that, I'm just saying I would caution anyone getting into this to just want to do this simply to be known, to be famous, to um, make up for what you may not have gotten in your childhood or whatever the case may be. I want to be famous because I want people to love me. I want people to da, da, da. No, that's not what we're doing this for. We're doing this so what's up. We're doing this so we should be, I believe at least, and this is how I train my people. I believe we should be doing this to serve others and not to serve ourselves, right? Music is a mode of service to others. And so when we're making music, when we're presenting music, when we're performing music, we should always have the listener in mind. And not just what they desire, but what really needs to be conveyed. Herein is where I'm getting into my point. There are so many issues, there are so many problems, there are so many deficits, there are so many needs, there are so many questions, there are so many problems. Hey, everybody. God bless you. Oh, welcome, welcome, welcome. But there are so many different things that could that plague the human mind, that plague the human heart, or that just kind of it leaves people questioning particular things. I believe in a world where there are so many questions, there are so many problems, there are so many deficits. I believe in that type of world, the field is ripe for us as musical artists to come in and provide musical solutions. I believe that one of the key things that our artistry is here for is to give people answers that they didn't have before, or to help people through a time that otherwise they wouldn't have been helped through before they listened to our performance or listened to our song or listened to our project. I believe it is to bring them into another space um, that they may not have been introduced to otherwise. And so when we get into this aspect of musical artistry, we realize that there has to be an intentional focus on what people may need, how we may serve, what we need to convey. To a people that may need the sound we carry, they may need the lyrics that we sing or that we write. They may need the musical arrangement that we put together. Why? Because you don't know what someone is struggling with or what someone needs out of, you know, a day or out of a moment that you could be the answer for, right? Here is what is going to make or break your impact as a musical artist, whether you're willing to show up as a solution to another person's problem, or as an answer to another person's question, or as even an answer to a prayer. Like whether you're willing to show up in service to the listener, right? This is a part of that. And how this is done is actually in the messaging of your musical expression. So when you are writing a song, producing a song, you're arranging a song, you're putting together a performance or an entire album project, whatever, your messaging matters. Your message matters. Your message matters. Okay. When your message is unclear, people are left. People are left unhelped, really. They're left without answers, they're left without direction. Sometimes you have to realize that your voice, your musical expression is more important than you realize it is. Some of us just go into this thing, we're just gonna make a few songs, we're just gonna do that, we're gonna dilly dally and do all the things. And that's not what this is. Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Um, and so we think, well, sometimes we think too low of our responsibility, and it actually causes us to, man, it actually causes us to pull back, I'll say, um, in certain ways where we should be going full stop and really more intentional in the things that we're expressing. Get what I'm saying? So your message needs to be clear. And that's determined by what your mission is, right? So what are you attempting to convey? Right? And who are you trying to convey it to? That's your mission. And then your message is how you actually are going to convey it, right? You could be talking to a number of people about a number of different things. You could be speaking to a number of people about a myriad of different issues or things. What you choose to address and how you choose to address it is very important with your music. In one way, shape, or form, you are going to be addressing something. You need to start addressing stuff that matters. And I'll even say this: address stuff that matters to you, because more than likely, it doesn't just matter to you. And if it's still if it's on your brain, if it's on your heart, like it is, then it may just be something that needs to be addressed. It may just need to be addressed in song form. Some of us are missing prime songwriting opportunities because we're assuming that our normal day to day thoughts are just normal day to day thoughts. And sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're opportunities and invitations into a whole world of uncovering inspiration. That what we're thinking are just random thoughts. We're thinking are just our normal everyday musings are actually inspiration for our next song or our next project or our next performance even. Here it is, because I think even in performance world, when even if you're not performing original songs, your message, hey, how was your day? My day was well. My day was well. I pray yours was as well. Um, and even if we're not performing original songs, the message that you're trying to get across, still could be gotten across by way, because the message is not the lyrics per se, right? So a message overall in the scope of your musical mission, your message is not necessarily your lyrics. I want to know, what is your occupation? I am a full-time musician, musical artist. I literally am. I do this. This is the only thing I do. So, so yeah, like your lyrical content is is a byproduct of your message. So your song choices, the lyrical content of the song choices, if they be not original, is also a byproduct of your message, the message you're trying to convey through the performance, right? Whatever the message of the performance is, whatever message you're trying to get across, that will be determine what songs you pick. It'll determine what how you write a song, right? And sometimes the message and the lyrics will align so much where the message itself, you can just write it into the song in a particular way where it's almost exact. That can happen, but there are other forms. Think of it like mission. Let's use, I don't know who else to use, Jesus, right? Jesus had his mission, right? Um, and to proclaim the kingdom of God and all that stuff. And so Jesus would use parables, right? Jesus had a message in the parable, but the wording of the parable was not the actual message. It contained the message within it, right? It contained the lesson, the message within it. So if we think about the parable of the sower, right? I forget which chapter of Matthew it is in, and which it's in another synoptic gospel. But a sower, he sowed seeds. It fell on stony ground. It fell amongst the thorns. It fell amongst weeds or something, and then it fell on good ground, right? And that's that would be a song, right? The song lyrics. But the actual message that Jesus is conveying, he told to his disciples later. This is, and I encourage you to go read it. Hold on. The parable of the sower. Is it Matthew 13? It is Matthew chapter 13. I thought it was. I should have just said it. Um, but Matthew chapter 13, I encourage you to read it. Jesus pulls up, and I want you to think of this as a song, right? Um, I'm gonna do it in the Message Bible just to do it. It says about that same time, and I'm reading the scripture just because I really want to give you an example, the clearest one I know to give you. At about the same time, Jesus left the house and sat on the beach. In no time at all, a crowd gathered along the shoreline, forcing him to get into a boat. Using the boat as a pulpit, he addressed his congregation, telling stories. What do you make of this? A farmer planted seed. He scattered the seed. Some of it fell on the road, and birds ate it. Some of it fell in the gravel. It sprouted quickly, but didn't put down roots. So when the sun came up, it withered just as quickly. Some fell in the weeds. As it came up, it was strangled by the weeds. Some fell on good earth and produced a harvest beyond its wildest dreams. Are you listening? Really listening? Right? Think of that in song form. That would be Jesus giving the lyrics to a song, right? That's the lyrical content. That's lyrics at this point. Just think of it. Right, and so the disciples then ask him this. They say, "Why do you tell stories?" He replies, "You have been given insight into God's kingdom. You know how it works. Not everyone has this gift, this insight. It hasn't been given to them. Whenever someone has a ready heart for this, the insights and understandings flow freely. But if there's no readiness, any trace of receptivity soon disappears. That's why I tell stories, to create readiness, to nudge the people toward a welcome awakening. In their present state, they can stare till doomsday and not see it. Listen till they're blue in the face and not get it. I don't want Isaiah's forecast repeated all over again. Your eyes are open, but you don't hear a thing. Your ears are open, but you don't hear a thing. Rather, your eyes are awake, but you don't see a thing. The people are stupid. They stick their fingers in their ears so they won't have to listen. They screw their eyes shut so they won't have to look, so they won't have to deal with me face to face and let me heal them. But you have God blessed eyes, eyes that see, and God blessed ears, ears that hear. A lot of people, prophets, and humble believers among them would have given anything to see what you're seeing, to hear what you're hearing, but never had the chance, right? So that's what Jesus replies in that mode. But here, Jesus then gives the full blown messaging of the song up top, right? What we're calling right now the song. It's the parable of the sower. But it's the song. We'll call it the song of the sower, the song of the farmer. I'm in the Message Bible reading this. It says, the meaning of the harvest story. Study the story of the farmer planting seed. When anyone hears news of the kingdom and doesn't take it in, it just remains on the surface. So the evil one comes along and plucks it right out of that person's heart. This is the seed the farmer scatters on the road. The seed cast in gravel, this is the person who hears and constantly responds with enthusiasm. But there is no soil of character, so when the emotions wear off and some difficulty arrives, there is nothing to show for it. The seed cast in the weeds is the person who hears the kingdom news, but weeds of worry and illusions about getting more and wanting everything under the sun strangle what was heard and nothing comes of it. The seed cast on good earth is the person who hears and takes in the news and then produces a harvest beyond his wildest dreams. Right? So what we see here is a message and then packaging the message, which would be the lyrical content. So that I use that just to show you that sometimes always the message and the actual, like, what we know as the lyrical content may not be the exact same. The lyrical content will be used as an avenue to convey the message in a palatable form. I want to know the VIP tier where I am actually. You can go to. I'll get you that. Hold on. Give me one moment. Hit me on so I have a mentorship program, just because you asked, um called Inspiration Unlimited. Um and you can meet me there. I don't think I can comment on here. But you can go on one of my other videos and find it. And I think it's in my video, in my um channel description. Uh-oh. I think it's in my channel. Yeah, it is. So it's on my channel. You can click on my channel and get to the the page to get to the mentorship program, and we can talk there. And so, absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, so your messaging will ultimately not always stand exact to um your lyrical content. However, it will be the way that your lyrical content is packaged in a way that will make your message palatable, right? And understandable. This is what we learn from that principle. Sometimes Jesus told parables because people couldn't fully understand, and he had to package it a certain way to open up their understanding. So sometimes a message in a song through the lyrics, you are packaging a message in a way that makes it palatable for people or easy for people. It's a doorway for people to understand. Now, there are some times where the messaging, and again, in the musical content, the lyrical content will directly align. And it just depending on the time. Right? It's depending on what needs to be done in a particular musical moment in XYZ. But also the same with performances. You can do the same with a performance because a song that you choose may capture the essence of a message, right? It may not fully, anything you wrote, but what you want to accomplish at the end of that performance. What Here's what you got to ask yourself. All right, when you're performing, you have to ask yourself, what is my mm, what is my end goal for this performance? Right? What do I want people to take away from these moments that I'm on the stage, from these moments that I'm on this screen in front of them? What do I want people to take away from this? What is the main thing I want people to be able to understand from this moment or say they got from this moment? That is your message when you're in performance mode, whether you're singing cover songs or original songs, right? What is the point of this performance? What is being said? What things are being said? There may be multiple points, right? The message may be multifaceted. The mission may have different goals, different targets. You know what I mean? But the same question applies at the end of this performance, at the end of this set list, at the end of this album, at the end of this song. What do I want to make sure that people come away with once they're done listening, once they're done experiencing this? And that will be the thing that drives what you do. That will drive your musical content. That will drive how you pick your songs. That will drive how you construct your songs. All right. So I think that's it. I'm pretty much done for the night. I got it out the way I felt like I needed to get it out. Earlier today, I tried to get it out and I felt rushed, but this felt right. So I'm gonna leave you with that for now. I am writing a book on this, so it'll be in book form at some point. And um, I did have one person ask about personally working one on one with me. I do have a mentorship program known as Inspiration Unlimited, and it is where you can come and get direct training from me. We really want to help you pull into a place where you can find your specific impact zone. And that is the people that you are divinely assigned to reach and the messaging that you need to access to reach them. All right. So that is the mentorship program, and you will have opportunities to work one on one with me within that. Now, if there is, now this, and I'm gonna be honest with you, this little question about a VIP tier makes me want to make a VIP tier, and I may just do that. So if you have a desire to just deal with me directly, and the funny piece about that is, I have something sitting here from earlier today that's unpublished, and I might just put it out. So if you do want a direct one-on-one opportunity with me, that'll be available too soon. Um, though, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna do that. So, and it'll be there just in case just in case anybody wants it. But yeah, that'll be available too soon. So I'm only saying that because again, I've had somebody in the comments ask for that thing. So I want to make sure if there's anybody else that may be thinking that, then you have opportunities that are present and opportunities that are on the way. And you can continue. And if you go to um, my bio in my channel, excuse me, I think I'll add the link for it. You can also subscribe to keep up to date for when I do release the full one-on-one. All right. So the full one-on-one VIP um, type tier. I'll do a little like call, one-on-one call, one-on-one meeting set up, and that'll be something where we'll have some time to hash some of this stuff out personally, because I know that's an important aspect. But again, if you really want to navigate some of that, you also have that opportunity within the mentorship program. So the mentorship, it gives you access to, I think, how did I navigate that? You have a one-on-one opportunity that's included in the mentorship monthly. So it's one free one monthly. So if it comes resident within the mentorship, an exclusive one-on-one hour-long session. So that is present. So that's that. I didn't want to, pull into that particular world necessarily. I just wanted to get on here and kind of um, spill my thoughts and the wisdom I'm gaining and gained on this particular subject matter. But again, if you would love to work with me, then your opportunities are present. All right, you can go to the link again in my bio on my channel, and it'll be in the description of this video if you're on the replay. I haven't put it in the description just yet, but once I get to the replay, or once I get off of here, I'm going to put the link to the mentorship in the description, so you'll be able to hop into that as soon as you desire to. All right, and let's get it. All right. So I appreciate y'all for listening. Thank you for sharing. We'll be back on. I'd say tomorrow, but I guess it's maybe later today if this doesn't count as today's live. So stay tuned for more. I'm gonna be spilling all my thoughts until this book gets completed. Man, I haven't written a book in a couple of years, a few years, and so this is different. Man, this is different. Um, but it's something about this concept I feel like is necessary for this time, and so I want to make sure I pull up and I'm actually rendering to everybody that may need it. I want to make sure it's presented so that whomever may need this particular content and this particular set of wisdom can gather it. So, praise God for that. So, I'm hopping off. Thank you so very much for your attentiveness and for, again, your likes, your shares. If you've shared your comments and all the things, I appreciate you. Nobody has to stick around and be nice and be on these videos and do other things. So, if you're being helped, if you're being inspired, if you're being impacted, then I'm doing my job, and I'm grateful for that. So, again, once again, I'm a preacher, so I'm gonna close about 4 or 5 times now, but I'm really out this time. So peace out, guys, and stay inspired.